Do 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 do. Every step you take, I'll be watching you. Just kidding. I can't really see.
Hey, my name is Faith, and among my peers, or society in general, I appear ordinary. But there is a factor of many that exceed those limitations. I have something called Gyrate Atrophy of the Choroid and Retina. Big words. But basically, I don't have any peripheral vision. This is about me.
School hallways are an adventure, really. Not being able to see other people's feet is kind of difficult to altercate when I'm trying to see what's in front of me, too. Or sitting on the floor in the hallway, I wouldn't be able to see what
When I was little, I was involved in every extracurricular activity that I could possibly be in. I was in choir, art, and of course, my favorite out of all of them, theater. And although growing up in a big city and big school in general, I really did find that theater was one of my specialties. But it wasn't until when I moved here to West, I really dove into theater. I think that coming in this school, I was angry and sad that I had to leave my friends. And also, I didn't know what would come in the future because of my vision, because I didn't know what would change here. So whenever my theater teacher, Mr. D, saw me and the angry little 8th grader, he really just changed my life for the better. And so I have remained in theater since then. Although that there are some difficulties, argue that I prevail at it every day.
Jiu-jitsu is really a miracle for me. I have never really been able to do sports. Basketball, baseball. Although I do love those sports and I enjoy playing catch with my father and shooting basketballs with them and playing horse. However, on a team-wise, that was never really something that I could do. So I suppose that's why I am really into theater and really into other extracurricular activities. But whenever I discovered jiu-jitsu, and with that being the sport that I don't need my vision for, I really found that I could prevail at that. That was my thing. And other than theater, jiu-jitsu it's a lot of fun because there are some people who do it blindfolded. I don't need my peripheral vision for it. And I'm so happy that I can use jiu-jitsu as a way to exercise and still be capable, especially regarding my vision. Jiu-jitsu is a huge part. Theater is great too.
So we're Faith's parents. I'm Julie.
I'm Jesse.
And we're going to tell you a little bit about how we found out about Faith's vision and how it got diagnosed. So basically when she got bigger than our lab at the time, his name was Chewy, she stopped kind of noticing where he was. She'd run into things and things like that. We always kind of knew she didn't see well, but she didn't have the vocabulary to be able to tell us what she could and couldn't see, being a toddler and on up until, 3rd or 4th grade. But Chewy would put himself in between wherever she was and whatever danger that she had. So he kind of followed her around. But probably in the 1st grade was when you went to the doctor.
Yeah, I was having a lot of back pain and went to see a spinal surgeon, and I was getting ready to have surgery, and they gave me this little pamphlet that talked about all the risks involved for this particular surgery. And one of the things that was on there was something to do with night blindness, and it was about a half a page long about all the all of the different possibilities and things to look for. And as it was describing this night blindness, it rang out like a bell it was describing faith when we would turn the lights out at night, because even at such a young age, she would literally walk around like a zombie in low light conditions, like she couldn't see. And during the day, we would always chalk up her falling and tripping just being clumsy like her mom, and not really giving it a whole lot of thought. And then I was on the couch and my wife was at the computer, and I said, "Google night blindness." And about 5 minutes later, we met each other in the middle of the hallway and said, "That's what Faith has."
When I was 8, 16 was the age of freedom. I could go wherever I pleased, do whatever I wanted. But when the age finally came, it wasn't keys that were in my birthday present. I wasn't like every 16-year-old where I would walk out and see a shining red car in my driveway that would be mine. Instead, my parents knew what I was meant to be behind, and it wasn't a wheel. It was reins. So I might not be able to drive or live the age of 16 as I imagined, but I get to live it so amazing. I get to have a horse named Casper. I may not be able to see through life, but I will experience it.